Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emily, and I am here with Leisure Room Productions and Teance Fine Teas, bringing you this Thursday afternoon gentle 1-hour yoga flow, followed by some tea tasting at the Teance shop if you're in local Berkeley, or if you are part of their monthly membership for tea tasting. We are so excited to bring you this class. This will be an hour-long flow, gentle, all levels yoga flow to rejuvenate you, bring some energy into your Thursday afternoon. And just a reminder, this class is held the first and third Thursdays of the month from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll just get started in this next couple breaths. So I invite you to find a mat and find your place, a nice sitting space. Feel free to bring anything into your practice that helps you feel present and grounded, whether it's a candle or some incense. Feel free to grab all your favorite props like your blocks and your bolsters, or maybe a blanket, or even an extra mat to give yourself a little bit more room to spread out. Whatever it is that makes this practice feel so good to you, feel free to bring it into your space. So let's start here in our seated position. Shoulders relaxed, pulling down away from the ears, back nice and tall, pulling the Uddiyana Bandha, our energy lock here, in so that we're engaging our lower abdominals. Let's place the hands on the knees and take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And a big sigh out. Inhale, bringing the air in through the nose. And a big sigh out. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Just acknowledging what's present for you today, knowing that this is a safe space for anything that is showing up in your life, that we can bring it all here and be here together and still carve out this hour of wellness for yourself, along with all kinds of people around the world sharing in this practice with you. So know this is a safe space for whatever is going on in your life to be here and to make this conscious decision to devote wellness into your routine. Let's take another deep breath in through the nose, and this time breathing out through the nose. Here we're setting up for our Ujjayi Pranayam. The base of this practice is our breath work. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Here we're able to fill up through the belly and then the chest, and out through the nose. Really directing our air to the tight spaces in our body through this Ujjayi Pranayam. You can let the tip of your tongue float to the roof of your mouth, pressing lightly and right behind the front teeth. Nice job. On your next inhale, let's bring the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. We'll place the left hand over top of the right knee and circle that right hand back behind you. On your inhale, sit up nice and tall through the spine. And as you exhale, let's twist through the soft belly, taking our gaze over towards that right shoulder. Twisting through the soft belly, the shoulders, the neck. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, coming back to center. This time placing the right hand on the left knee and the left hand circling behind you. Inhaling to sit up nice and tall. And exhale, twisting through the soft belly, taking your gaze towards the left shoulder. Nice job. Inhale, coming back to center. Circle the arms up overhead on your inhale. And as you exhale, let's bring hands down to heart center. Let's open the elbows here, palms reaching up towards the sky. And then just start to bring the elbows back behind you, opening the chest here. Take a deep inhale as we start to peel open the chest. And exhale, breathing out through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach the arms high. And exhale, pull the elbows down. Inhale, reaching the arms high. And exhale, pulling the elbows down. Inhale, reach the elbows high. And exhale, pull the elbows down. Squeezing the elbows back behind you as you pull them down. And then go ahead and let the fingertips clasp behind the neck. On your inhale, spread the elbows wide, lift the chin, look towards the sky. And as you exhale, let's tuck the chin and draw the elbows close to one another. Inhale, opening the elbows. And exhale, closing the elbows. Inhaling to open. And exhaling to close. Inhaling to open. And exhaling to close. Inhaling to open. Spread the arms out wide. Take the hands back behind you, planting the fingertips on the ground, pointing away from you. On your inhale, pull the shoulders back, lift the chin and the chest. Spread the shoulders apart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale, coming back to center, bringing arms up overhead. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands down in front of us, slowly walking your way to a fold over your bent knees. This is a great place for some blocks if you have them. You can place them under your forearms or under the forehead. Any way that you can just kind of allow yourself to sink into this pose without pushing. Without straining, just becoming present with what's here. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's start to inhale as we roll over our crossed ankles and just come to a tabletop position. Placing hands right under the shoulders and knees, right under the hips. We'll keep the toes untucked here so that the shins and the tops of the feet are pressing down into the mat, helping to stabilize you. And then we're just going to start to connect our breath and our body here through some cat and cow movements. So as you inhale, we'll let the belly drop, the hips splay, and the chin lift. And as you exhale, tuck the chin, round through the shoulders, draw the hips forward. Inhaling to your cow pose. And exhaling to your cat pose. Inhaling to your cow. And exhaling to your cat. Inhaling to your cow. And exhaling to your cat, finding that normal, natural rhythm inside your own body here. Move with it. Feel free to add in shapes through this cat-cow. As you find this breath-body connection, you might notice that you need to maybe circle to the side, one side or the other. You maybe need to drop down to the forearms for a breath or two. You maybe even play around with some circles, so inhaling and just letting your body move in one natural wave as you circle around in one direction or the other. Whatever feels natural to you as you link this breath and body movement, feel free to explore that space. Let's go 2 more rounds of this cat-cow and then return to a neutral tabletop position. That's 1. And 1 more. And returning to neutral. Begin to tuck the toes here. And we're just going to gently lift the knees up off the mat. Holding here for our bear pose. So we're going to engage the lower abdominals, make sure our hands are directly below the shoulders and our knees directly below the hips. And we'll just inhale to lift the knees up off the mat an inch or 2 and just hover here as we start to build some body heat. Engaging our lower body here, our upper body. And exhale, letting it go. Inhale here. And exhale, dropping the knees down. Nice job. Inhale, let's lift the knees high. Hold for 2 breaths. That's 1. And 1 more. Hold for another breath. That's 2. And then slowly let the knees come down. Nice job. Let's go 1 more. Inhale, let's lift the knees. Hold for 2 breaths. Staying centered over the shoulders, staying centered, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And exhale, bringing the knees down. Nice job. Untuck the toes, let the hips fall onto the heels. Extend the arms out in front of you. We find our child's pose as our third eye presses down into the mat. Breath in and breath out. While we're here in this child's pose, I invite you to bring an intention into the remaining minutes of this practice. An intention towards finding space or creating space for yourself or for another person. Maybe an intention towards the work that you're doing in your everyday, or something that you'd like to bring into your everyday. Something you can dedicate this practice to, serving a higher purpose. And as we move through these postures, we recognize that the practice here of yoga is not so much here on the mat, but off of it. So we learn to find resilience, find patience, find abundance and certainty amongst the scarcity and amongst the uncertainty that exists in our everyday life. So just locking this intention in with a couple nice deep breaths here, letting it be top of mind. Inhale, let's come back to our tabletop position. And as we exhale, let's tuck the toes and lift the hips, coming into our downward facing dog. Nice job. So deep breaths in here, pedaling out the heels, being gentle with yourself, and just playing around till you can find that really harmonious weight balance between the hands and the feet. So your heels might be lifted, and that's totally fine. You can keep the heels lifted, put a bend into the knees. Let's work to keep the arms nice and straight. Nice long line from the fingertips all the way to the hips. Taking your gaze towards your navel or between your thighs, behind you. Spreading those fingertips nice and wide and turning the elbows upward to broaden through the shoulders. Take a couple deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, let's rise up onto the tiptoes. And as you exhale, let's walk feet to hands in front of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs, straightening the back, rocking the weight into the balls of the feet. And then exhale, folding in over bent legs. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, standing up tall. Reaching arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the hands high. And exhale, let's fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the feet back. Hold here in this plank pose for a deep inhale. And as we exhale, let's lower the knees down to the ground. Untuck the toes. We'll lower the chin and the chest here, squeezing the elbows towards the sides. Inhale, lowering the pelvic bone, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chin. And exhale, shifting the hips back, tucking the toes, pressing through the fingertips and lifting up into our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And an exhale, sigh it out. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. One more, in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, lifting up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, walking the feet to the hands, front of the mat. Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, standing all the way up, reaching the arms up overhead, bringing the fingertips to touch, lifting the chin. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching the hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping the feet back. Plank pose. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, let's drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Lower the chin and the chest. Inhaling to cobra pose, bhujangasana, rolling the shoulders back and away, lifting the chin and the chest. And then shifting the hips back, tucking the toes, lifting to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale here. Exhale through the nose. Inhale here. Exhale through the nose. One more inhale here. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, lift up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in over bent legs. Inhale, circling the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching the hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping the feet back. Holding here for your plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, dropping the knees, or keeping the knees lifted if you choose. And then lowering down through a chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling through the nose. Deep breath in. Exhaling through the nose. Deep breath in. Exhaling through the nose. Inhale here, looking forward, bending the knees. Exhale, feet to hands, front of the mat. Inhale here, bringing hands to shins, lifting halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then as we exhale, put a bend into the knees, sitting the hips back. We'll reach the hands high, finding our Utkatasana pose, chair pose. So really engaging through those inner thighs, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, pulling the belly button in, making sure our weight is in our heels, we can see our toes. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. Let's take a step over to the right as we take a side bend. Bringing your right hand around the left wrist and just grounding down through that left and right foot. Stretching through that left side body. We inhale to come back to center. And as we exhale, we'll stretch over to the left side, taking the right wrist in the left hand. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhaling, coming back to center. And exhale, let's fold forward over our bent legs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, stepping back, planting the hands. Holding here in that plank pose, maybe letting that intention rise to the surface here as we face a bit of challenge. And exhale as we lower the knees. Lower the chin and chest. Inhale to up dog or cobra, rolling the shoulders back and away, lifting the chin. And exhaling to downward facing dog. We'll inhale here, lifting the right heel. Keeping the hips neutral, the toes pointed down. Exhale as you tag that right knee to the right elbow. Tapping it towards the front. Nice job. Inhale, lift that right heel back up to the sky. Toes pointed down. And as you exhale, let's step that right foot in between the hands, finding our low runner's lunge. So you can use both hands to kind of frame the foot here. And then as we exhale, let's bring that left knee down, untuck those left toes, and then just start to lift the arms up to the sky, finding a modified crescent warrior here. Really reaching through those fingertips, lifting the chest. You can stay here if you'd like a little additional challenge. You can start to swing that right arm back behind you, reaching for the back of the left leg. And then reach through those fingertips, those left fingertips as they reach high. Taking your gaze towards that right shoulder. Deep breath in here. And deep breath, let it go. Stay here for just one more breath. And then as we exhale, let's start to wave that left hand down to the inside of the right foot and reach that right hand high, peeling open as we twist open. Nice job. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And deep breath in and deep breath out. We'll plant the right hand to the inside of the right foot and then begin to heel toe that right foot over to the right side of the mat. Here we can use the right hand on top of the right knee to help guide that right knee open. Or you can just bring both of your hands down to the mat, or even both forearms down to the mat, to just kind of usher a little bit more room into the hips. Directing the breath towards any spot that feels a little tight. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale here, bringing hands underneath you if they aren't already. And then beginning to heel toe that right foot back to the center, framing that right foot with both hands. Nice job. We'll begin to tuck the left toes here, starting to lift that left knee up off the ground. And then as you exhale, we'll turn that left heel down 45 degrees and reach the fingertips up to the sky, finding our warrior one. Virabhadrasana, letter A. Nice deep bend in that right knee, that right hip pulling back as the left hip shifts forward, and really rooting down through that back leg, really grounding through the knife edge side, that back edge side of that left foot, keeping this left leg nice and long. Reach the fingertips high, lift the gaze, deep breath in. Exhale, so you bring the hands down to frame that right foot and step that right foot back to a plank pose. From here, you can lower down or just move back into your downward facing dog. We'll set up for round 2. So however you want to get there, be gentle and kind with the body, recognizing what it needs and what it doesn't. All meeting here in our downward facing dog. We'll take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. That's 1. 2. And 3. Inhale, lifting the left heel high, toes pointed down. Exhale as you tag the left knee to the left elbow underneath the body. Inhale, lifting that left heel back up, toes pointed down, hips neutral. And exhale, stepping that left foot through in between the hands. Framing that left foot. Go ahead and bring that right knee down. Untuck the right toes. And then we'll lift both of the hands up for a modified crescent warrior. Nice deep bend in that left knee. Working to draw the hips open here as we lift through the torso, reaching the fingertips, lifting the gaze. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. 1 more. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like a little more, you can circle that left arm back behind you, reaching for the back of the right leg, and reach that right hand high. Pulling up through those right fingertips, keeping that left knee in line, so not letting it jolt out, but keeping it in line, center line. And then as you exhale, we'll just windmill that right hand down to the inside of the left foot and reach those left fingertips high. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Deep breath in, peeling that left arm open, widening through the chest. And deep breath out. Go ahead and windmill that left hand down to the inside of the left foot. Heel toeing that left foot off to the edge of the mat. And then just staying here with our hands propped up, or using that left hand on the top of the left knee to guide that hip space open, or maybe even coming down onto the forearms. Your choice here, finding what's working for you and allowing you to move that breath in and out. With each inhale, building up a little bit more space in the body. And with each exhale, finding a bit more depth in the posture that you're in. Finding that juxtaposition with each inhale and each exhale. Recognizing the space is limitless and there's no rush. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose. And then just starting to pop back up on the hands if you're not there already. We'll heel toe that left foot back to the center of the mat, framing the foot with both hands. Begin to tuck the right toes. And then we'll turn that right heel down as we lift the hands up to the sky, keeping that deep bend in the left knee for our warrior letter A here on the left side. Virabhadrasana A. Nice deep bend in that left knee. Again, strong through that back leg, really pressing down, finding the pull here and the push to really open up the hip space. Remembering to draw that left hip back and guide that right hip forward, keeping the hips neutral. And lifting the gaze with the hands. Deep breath in and deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Exhale as we bring the hands down to the mat, framing that left foot. Stepping the left foot back, finding our plank pose. Holding here for a breath in, letting that intention rise back up to the surface as we face this bit of challenge here. And exhale, let's bring the knees down, or if you're keeping your knees lifted, let's move through our chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog or cobra. And exhaling to downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose. That's 1 and 2. Rise up onto the tiptoes. Exhale as you walk the feet to the hands, front of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale as you fold, bend into the knees, reach the arms to the sky. We find our Utkatasana again, our chair pose, reaching the fingertips up, gently tucking that tailbone, shifting the weight to the heels, and the knees shifting back. From here, you can add a little challenge here if you'd like. Maybe rising up off the heels and shifting the weight into the balls of the feet. Maybe feeling those inner thighs shake a little bit here as we work to maintain balance. And then letting the heels drop to the ground. Inhale, standing up nice and tall. Fingertips reach to the sky. We'll take a nice big step out to the right as we take a side bend over to the right side. Inhale, back to center. Side bend over to the left side. Inhaling back to center. And as we exhale, we're going to come into our half chair. So we'll just swing the hands back behind us as we fold the torso over top of the thighs, bringing the weight way into the back of the heels, reaching the fingertips behind us. And from here, if you'd like a little bit more, you can come up onto the tiptoes. Test your balance here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, let's sweep the arms to the sky. Standing tall, and exhale, swan diving forward over our bent legs, Uttanasana. Nice job. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale to halfway lift, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, find your plank pose. From here, let's take it through our little vinyasa or just move into your downward facing dog. Whatever feels correct for you. Inhaling to up dog or cobra, rolling the shoulders away, lifting the chin. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Nice job. We'll inhale here, lifting the right heel, hips neutral. Exhale, tag right knee to right elbow. Inhale, lifting the right heel. Exhale, let's tag right knee to the nose underneath. Inhale here, lifting the right heel and stepping that right foot through in between the hands. Now here we can lower that knee down like we did before, or if you'd like to stay lifted, you can just reach the arms up to the sky, finding our crescent warrior. Take a deep breath in here and a deep breath out. Inhale here if you'd like to circle that right hand back behind you and reach the left fingertips high. Taking your gaze over towards that right shoulder. And as you exhale, you can bring that left hand down to the inside of the right foot, reaching the right hand high. All of this can be done on that left knee if you'd like, or lifted. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Waving that right hand to the inside of the right foot. We heel toe that right foot over to the right side. Again, you can keep that left knee lifted or drop it down. Holding here for a breath as we open the hip space. And then heel toeing that right foot back to the center. We'll frame that right foot just for a second as we turn that left heel down, lifting the arms for warrior letter A. Deep breath in and deep breath out. From here, we're going to move into our warrior two. So turning the hips open, we'll reach the arms wide and then shift that left foot so it's parallel with the back of the mat. We maintain that nice deep bend in the right foot, peeling that right thigh open so that you can see your front toes and lowering the shoulders. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's bring the hands back behind us, finding a gentle clasp. And exhale as we bow in towards that right knee, humble warrior. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, lifting the torso. Let's straighten that right knee. And then fold over that right leg as we extend that right hand forward. Let the right hand fall to the inside of the right leg. And lift the left hand high. We find our Trikonasana triangle pose. Gaze can be down at those right toes or up to the left fingertips. Working to have the body in one long flat line here. Stacking shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. Inhale here as you rise up, lifting the torso. We'll tuck those right toes in, arms wide. Let the arms float behind you, finding a gentle clasp. Inhale as you pull the hands away, lift the chin and the chest. And exhale as you fold over your wide legs. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Gently let those hands come down to the hips and then fall down to the backs of the legs, maybe onto the ground. We'll inhale here for a halfway lift and reapproach, folding back in, exhaling as you go. We'll be here for a few breaths, so take your time. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully. Lots of different hand placements here, so find something that resonates with you. You can reach your arms back behind you, or find your hands on the backs of the legs, maybe on the hips or a clasp, maybe even on the back of the neck, hanging heavy here. Wherever you're at, just letting that top half be heavy, no tension in the neck or the shoulders. Nice job. Inhale here, halfway lift. And exhale, let's run the hands back to the front of the mat. Turning both toes forward. We're actually going to pivot around a little bit further here, so follow my instruction and then watch my body as we go. We're going to keep walking our hands over to the right side so that our toes turn and that right foot walks back down the mat a little bit. And that we can kind of lay that left outer thigh down on the ground as we help guide that right knee open. Now you can keep the hips lifted here or let that hip fall down to the ground. We're just working to kind of give ourselves a nice deep stretch all the way through the left side body and feel a bit of an opening here through the right hip. Let's bring the hands back towards the center here as we walk the hands forward and step that right foot back. Finding our plank pose, let's take a deep breath in. Exhale as we lower the knees down, lower chin and chest. Inhaling to up dog or cobra, bhujangasana, or urdhva mukha svanasana. And exhale into our downward dog, adho mukha svanasana. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale here as we lift the left heel to the sky. Hips neutral. Exhale as we tag left knee to left elbow under the body. Inhale, lifting that left heel. Exhale, tag the left knee to the nose. Inhale, lifting that left heel high. Exhale, stepping that left foot through in between the hands. Framing the foot with our hands. Now again, you can lower that right knee down, or for this side, we can keep the right knee lifted. From here, we'll lift the hands to our crescent warrior. Putting a nice deep bend in that left front knee. And from here, you can circle that left arm back behind you, revolving open, reaching the right fingertips high and taking your gaze over towards that left shoulder. Strong through that back leg, deep breath in, deep breath out. You can circle that right hand down to the mat, inside of the left foot, as you reach the left hand high. Revolved side angle here. And then start to bring that left hand down to the inside of the left foot as you heel toe that left foot to the edge of the mat. Maybe using the left hand to help guide that left knee open. Deep breath in and deep breath out. We'll start to draw that left foot back to the center line here. Touching our hands down to frame that foot as we lower that right heel down 45 degrees. We lift up for our warrior letter A, Virabhadrasana A. And then turning open to our Virabhadrasana B. Right foot parallel to the back of the mat. Nice deep bend in that left knee. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in as we bring the hands together behind the back, finding a gentle clasp. And as you exhale, let's bow in towards that left knee, humble warrior. Nice job. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, starting to lift the torso. We'll straighten that left leg. Reach those left fingertips forward and letting the left fingertips come to the inside of the left leg as you reach the right hand high. Working to stack shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip in our triangle pose, Trikonasana. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Keeping a nice gentle bend in that left knee. We don't want to lock the knee out here. As you inhale, weight into the heel. Start to lift the torso. We'll tuck the left toes in here as we find again a gentle clasp behind the back. Inhaling to lift the chin and the chest as we approach our wide-legged forward fold. And exhale as you fold over your legs. Again, this is a great spot for some blocks. You can use them right below the forehead or on the hands or forearms here to assist you. You can bring the hands behind the shins, onto the calves, maybe around the ankles, maybe down on the ground. Maybe you approach a headstand if it's in your practice here. We'll be here for 5 more nice deep breaths, so take your time. Inhale as you turn the hands back towards the front, turning both toes forward, and then placing the hands to frame that left foot, and then starting to heel toe that left foot down the mat just slightly so that you can lower that right hip down. Just like a revolving Skandasana here, stretching through that right hip. Maybe using your left hand to help guide that left knee open. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You guys are doing amazing. If you're following along with me here, keep it up. I'm so happy that we're all here together. Let's inhale, windmill that left hand back down to the mat. Turning everything forward. Stepping that left foot back, taking a deep breath here in through the nose, and then exhale, moving through your mini vinyasa here, meeting in our downward facing dog. And exhaling here. Let's take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Look forward, bend the knees, and exhale as you make your way to the front of the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, let's sink into our chair pose once more, Utkatasana, fire building, breath building pose here. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Deep breath in, squeezing the inner thighs. Exhale, let's lower the hands down, finding our half chair, maybe coming up onto the balls of the feet. If you're wanting to challenge your balance and your agility. And as you exhale, we're going to lower the hips down onto the mat. finding our Navasana pose. So here in Navasana, you can bring the hands down to the mat and then start to lift the heels up parallel to the mat, finding a 90 degree. From here, just kind of rock from side to side, find your comfortable balanced seating space. And then if your hands are down, work to draw the elbows back behind you. Take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, we'll lower to low boat, straightening the legs, almost touching everything all the way down. And then inhale, lifting back up to our full boat. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling here, reaching everything forward for low boat. And exhaling, bringing everything back to center. Let's lower the heels down here. And then begin to roll down onto the back, pulling the knees into the chest, giving them a gentle squeeze. And then lifting the heels up to the sky. We'll reach the hands up to the sky, rolling the wrists around one direction and then the other. Let's bring the heels down to the ground as we lower the hands down by the sides, palms planting on your inhale, pressing through the heels, and the shoulders will lift the hips up for our bridge pose. High as the hips go, keep the inner thighs engaged here. Take a deep breath in, rainbowing the hips high, and exhale, lowering the hips down. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, lowering. Tapping the hips down on the exhale, bottom of the exhale. Inhale, lift the hips high. And exhale, lowering them down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Inhale, pull the knees into the chest. Gentle squeeze around the shins. And start to rock yourself back up to a seated position. We'll extend that left leg long as we begin to hug the right knee into the chest. Circling that right hand back behind you, we'll set up for a twist here. So inhale to reach that left hand high. Pull the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, or just squeeze that right knee in. And then just remember to keep the left toes engaged, pulling them in towards your center line. So as we set up here, we'll inhale, sitting tall. And as we exhale, twisting through the soft belly again, taking your gaze over that right shoulder. Throughout our daily interactions, we don't often do a whole lot of twisting, which is such a great movement to cleanse and flush the organs in our body. So it's a really important thing that we incorporate twists into our daily practice. Not just our yoga practice. Another deep breath in and exhale. Inhaling, turning back to center. Let's tip that right knee out so the sole of the right foot comes to the inner left thigh, like our tree pose. And then setting up for our Janu Sirsasana, we'll fold over this left leg. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale, starting to draw the torso back up. We'll bring both knees into the chest. Gentle squeeze here. Let's reapproach for our Navasana, our boat pose. So let's plant the hands, lift the heels. Hold here for a breath in. And as we exhale, we'll extend. Lowering everything almost down to the ground. Inhale, pulling everything back to center. And exhale this time, pressing through the heels, lowering everything almost down. Inhale back to center. This time we'll extend that right leg long. Pull that left knee up. Circle the left hand back behind us, reaching the right hand high, and dragging that right elbow to the outside of the left knee, or just squeezing that left knee into your center line. Inhale to sit up nice and tall here. And then as we exhale, we'll twist through the soft belly, taking our gaze past that left shoulder. Remember to keep those right toes engaged, pulled in towards your center line. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale, coming back to center. Tipping that left knee out this time. Again, keeping those right toes engaged. We'll inhale here, sitting up tall. And exhale, folding over the right leg. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. We'll plant both heels down, scooch the bottom towards the center of the mat, and then begin to hold the shins as we rock down onto our back. Again, let's reach the heels up to the sky, shake out the legs, roll out the ankles and the wrists. And then hugging both knees into our chest. We'll start to pull the knees over to the left side, twisting through the spine, reaching the arms out wide, and taking your gaze over the right shoulder. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale, pulling the knees back to the center line. Shifting them over to the right side on the exhale. Opening the arms wide and taking your gaze over towards that left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale as you pull the knees back to the center line once more. Bring the soles of the feet together as you spread the knees wide, finding our Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. Let's hold here for a couple breaths. Maybe you bring your hands to your belly. You can also bring the hands to the thighs here to help guide those knees wider. Beginning to connect with a space of gratitude for all the things that this body has allowed us to do in this practice today. Gratitude for the time and the space to be here. Gratitude for everything that's led up to this moment for you. Gratitude to all the teachers that have ushered this practice in to our time space, passed it down from generation to generation, and shared it with us. As we start to approach for our Shavasana, I invite you to reconnect with that intention that you set at the beginning of our practice. Offering yourself some space to really recognize all the work that this practice is doing to bring balance, life, energy, love into those intentions. Let's reach the hands down by the sides, turning the palms open to the sky, really reaching the shoulders down and away from the ears. We'll let the breath return to its natural rhythm, releasing the ujjayi, letting the tongue fall away from the tip of the mouth. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Feeling all the sensations here. If you're outside, maybe feeling the wind breeze, the birds singing, the dogs barking, leaves rustling, bugs buzzing. Maybe you feel the warmth of the sun shining down on you. Maybe you hear the trickle of water somewhere off in the distance. Allowing what's ever present to be here with you now. As you find your rest, integrating everything that you've just practiced into the space. We'll inhale here, starting to find a bit of movement in the toes and in the fingertips, rocking the head from side to side. Let's pull the knees up into the chest, and then find your way to a comfortable seated spot, maybe rocking forward or letting the knees tip down and sitting up. We'll end the practice here, bringing the hands up overhead, drawing hands down to heart center. It's my intention to offer the space and time for you to unite your breath and your body, finding a sense of peace and alignment in your body, mind, and soul. Thank you so much for sharing this space, for bringing your light and love. The light and love in me deeply honors and reflects the light and love in each of you. As we practice, we grow stronger. Namaste. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. We're here with Leisure Room Productions and Teance Fine Teas. I encourage you to check out Teance Fine Teas if you've never been there before. They have an incredible selection and offer the highest quality. Thank you so much for being here and have a great week. We'll see you in a couple.